Hi everyone and welcome to the Dodo Bird Nerd. It's me, the Dodo Bird Nerd. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the zoological implications of Legends Arceus. Specifically about the trailer that came out on the day I'm recording this, Wednesday, August 18th. Now the reason I specify that I'm recording this video the same day as the trailer, when the trailer came out, that is because I want to say that I have not watched any trailer analysis videos about the trailer that came out on the day I'm recording this. So if the ideas I say here are also in some of the other videos, well, it could just be that other people noticed them and, coincidence, great minds think alike, and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to specify that so that if you noticed anything, that is why. So with all that disclaimer out of the way, let's roll the intro and let's get started. So one quick thing before we get started, that being that all works and images used will be in the description of the video. So there are two things that I want to discuss about that Legends Arceus trailer. The first thing to discuss is the zoological inspiration of the two new regional variants, as well as the two new evolutions for older Pokemon shown off in the trailer. So, firstly, there are two of them that I am, at the moment, unable to make a zoological call on for what they are based on. The first one is Hissuian Growlithe. Now, I really want to see what Arcanine is, or potentially won't even evolve into Arcanine, but I want to see what that is, because I was looking at some extinct dog breeds, and nothing really matched. So it's possible it might be a more modern day one and I just missed it. But I do want to wait and see until whatever it evolves into is revealed to make a full call on what zoologically it is inspired by. And the other thing I'm not confident enough to make a call on is Basculegion, the new evolution for Basculin. And the reason for that is because based on its ghostly lore behind it, I'm inclined to think it is likely based on a myth of some kind, more so than directly on a animal that can be found in the real world. So that's why I don't want to say a full zoological call on it, at least at the moment. If I find something later that I think could give it enough, then I might bring it up in a future Legends Arceus video. But for now, at least, I'm not confident either of these two to make a zoological call on their basis at the moment. However, there is two that I can actually make a zoological call on in terms of what they're inspired by. Now, the first one up is Wyrdeer, the evolution of Stantler. Now, in my opinion, this could have two potential inspirations, though I'm not fully entirely sold on either of them for a reason I'll get into in a second. But the first one is the Irish elk, and that is mainly because, extinct, and I'm slightly biased towards extinct animal inspirations, and hence you could see by the whole series I did about Pokemon with extinct animal inspirations. And, they both have somewhat impressive antlers. And by somewhat, I mean incredibly. And the other one it could be is the reindeer. And this is slightly more likely, in my opinion, just based on the fact I think Stantler had a little bit of reindeer already. And it's closer in terms of color, with the gray color, as well as the beard thingy that some reindeer have, and it could be referenced potentially to Santa with that beard. However, I'm not fully confident enough either way to make a call, for the simple reason of neither of these two types of deer are native to Japan. These are the two most likely candidates, probably, though I might be wrong. However, none of them are native to Japan, so I'm not entirely fully sold at the moment. Though, if I had to make a call at the moment, I would lean towards it being a reindeer, more so than an Irish elk. However, it is possible that we'll get more Pokedex entries or whatever about Wyrdeer in the future that will skewer my thinking one way or the other. However, currently in my thought, it is probably a reindeer. However, it could potentially be an Irish elk. However, again, it could be something completely different that I missed. But I just wanted to say what I currently think about Wyrdeer, as I'm slightly more sold on what it could be than on Hissuian Growlithe and on Basculegion. The last zoological inspiration that I can discuss in this video, quite simply just due to the fact that it was the only other Pokemon shown off that was new in that trailer, is Hissuian Barbiary. And now, this is the one that I'm entirely 100% sold on its inspiration as being Stellar's Sea Eagle. While it has similar things to Weirdeer as the colors generally match Stellar's Sea Eagle, there are some slight differences with the colors, and Stellar's Sea Eagle doesn't have the giant, poof of hair that Hissuian Barbiary is shown to have. So why might you think that I am almost entirely confident that it is Stellar's Sea Eagle and not some other type of eagle? Well, that goes down to evidence based on little bits of information we were given about this form of Barbiary, as well as habits of the real world's Stellar's Sea Eagle. And that habit of the real world's Stellar's Sea Eagle that makes me 100% confident that this is what this form of Barbiary was inspired by is its migration pattern. Now, the little Pokedex blurb given for Hissuian Barbiary states that it flies in from somewhere further north in the winter. Now, if you look at the map that I have here of the range of Stellar's Sea Eagle, it is noticeable that Hokkaido, where Sinnoh is based on and where Legends Arceus takes place, well, Hisui in the time of Legends Arceus, modern-day Sinnoh, is its winter-only range for Stellar's Sea Eagle, exactly what is mentioned for Hissuian Barbiary's flight patterns. And then we see that it flies in from somewhere further north. Now, one interesting thing there is that the main places it would be able to fly in from its more common ranges are all north of Hokkaido, that being in Russia, I believe specifically Kamchatka. I am sorry if I mispronounced that, but the fact that the migration patterns for Stellar's Sea Eagle exactly match the Hissuian Barbiary that we saw in that trailer, based on the little information given about it, I am inclined to believe that Hissuian Barbiary was 100% inspired by Stellar's Sea Eagle. And the other zoological related thing that could potentially be discerned from this trailer is that there was quite possibly a massive extinction event between the events of Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, yeah, I know this might sound a bit out there, but there is quite a lot of evidence that supports that this did indeed occur. And so what is that piece of evidence? Well, that is that neither Basculin or Barbiary are native to Sinnoh at all, mainly because they weren't introduced at the time. Stantler can only be found using the Poker Radar, which is exclusively a post-game thing, and Vulpix and Growlithe flat out need another game inserted into the system in order to even be encountered in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And so, what does this likely mean for these forms and evolutions that we saw and just Vulpix existing, which it was shown briefly in the trailer, just to add to this? Well, there was likely some sort of extinction event that completely wiped out Basculin and Barbiary in the Sinnoh region, probably significantly reduced Stantler's population, to the point where it probably can't even evolve anymore into Weirdeer, and Vulpix and Growlithe either both went completely extinct due to the very niche way of encountering them in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and at the very least, they got their numbers so low, similar to Stantler, that they're not even in Sinnoh's Pokedex. And Growlithe also lost its ability to turn into its regional form. Because when you encounter Growlithe in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, if you put the game in there, it's obviously not in its regional variant that was just revealed today. Well, today when I'm recording this. So, there was clearly something that happened that caused this massive shift in the biodiversity found in the Sinnoh region. So what exactly does that mean for these games? So, quite simply, it means that there was likely some event between Legends Arceus and the events of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl that caused a local extinction of, at the very least, Basculin and Braviary, and potentially a local extinction of the other three, or just a significant hampering to their numbers of Stantler, Vulpix, and Growlithe that potentially caused the lack of Growlithe to be able to go with that regional form, and potentially caused Stantler to lose the ability to become Woodeer. Just entirely. And so, what it likely means, and there is also potentially more Pokemon that could have this happen to them that we'll see in future trailers, I assume. However, what does this mean for Legends Arceus as a whole? Well, it means it's going to allow us to see something that maybe people weren't expecting to. It's going to allow us to see the wildlife of the Pokemon world before the modern day in a way that isn't just fossils. It shows us more modern day extinct animals, which, as you may have been able to tell from my statistics video about the extinct animal inspired Pokemon, is something I really want to see more of. I mean, ideally they wouldn't be extinct, but, you know, it does give an opportunity to see potentially more extinct animal inspired Pokemon. And maybe they didn't go extinct entirely over the entire Pokemon world. Perhaps they just went extinct in the Sinnoh region, and we'll see them again in the future. And I assume they'll be transferable based on the home compatibility things. And so, what does this likely mean? Well, we likely see more regional forms, hopefully that take calls to extinct animals of Japan, specifically Hokkaido, and perhaps the surrounding areas. I mean, one thing that's a bit of a callback to my first video I made about Legends Arceus, the Lycanroc Theory I made. We could flat out see Lycanroc in this game, and similar to Vulpix, it would make complete sense for it to be there if there's some sort of extinction event. And as for, it could see a regional form, like I briefly mentioned at the end of that video. There are so many possibilities they could do with this to expand Sinnoh's Pokedex, and so we can see it before extinctions could have potentially started to happen in the Sinnoh region in the modern day, which is something I'm very interested in seeing for this game. However, there is one thing that I would like to briefly mention before I close this video, and that is what exactly caused this extinction. Now, in my opinion, the thing that likely caused the extinction was the Sinnoh region got colder. And the reason for that is simple. From the maps we saw in the trailer, it does not appear to be as cold as it is in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, or Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It just doesn't appear to be as cold of a region. There are definitely still cold areas. It just doesn't appear to be as cold as we've seen it. And so it's possible that due to the changing climate of the region, these regional forms went extinct. I mean, or, you know, the other factor, humans could have also played a role in the extinction of the Pokemon seen here, as well as potentially future ones we will see in future trailers. And so, I will likely be doing an expansion for my Extinct Animal Inspired Pokemon series a bit sooner than I thought, because, I mean, maybe we could have seen I thought we could have seen a few in Legends Arceus, but it's quite possible that based on what we saw today, at least when I'm recording this today, that it's going to be quite more substantial than I thought it was going to be, because we're seeing regional forms, which I wasn't fully expecting. Like, there was a part of me that definitely wanted them and could have thought they would have been there, but the fact that they're all leaning into being these extinct animal inspired Pokemon is very, well, potentially leaning into, except for the Irish Elk inspiration on Woodeer, potentially. Yeah, none of these are directly extinct animals, but it is something I want to see more of, and I really do hope we will see some extinct animal inspired either new evolutions or regional forms of Pokemon in Legends Arceus. As you might have been able to tell, I really like seeing them based on the fact I did an entire series about them. So yeah, in conclusion, there was likely an extinction event between Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and in my opinion, it was likely caused by cold or human excursions. And I also really want to see more of these regional forms and evolutions, because I really want to see more extinct animal inspired Pokemon, because we didn't really see any directly inspired by extinct animals, like I mentioned previously. But I definitely think there's a chance we see more extinct animal inspired regional forms and evolutions in Legends Arceus. So what do you think of what I thought were the zoological implications of this newest Legends Arceus trailer? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you also think that there was an extinction event between Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want to see more of these regional forms and new evolutions for Pokemon in Legends Arceus? Specifically ones that are based on extinct animals, like I do? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!